A federal judge has rebuked the Trump administration over whether it ignored orders during the controversial deportation of Venezuelan migrants who the administration accuses of being gang members, despite some having no criminal records. Christian Benavidez has more on the president's plan to revoke the status of some immigrants who arrived to the U.S. legally.
Late Friday, the Trump administration announced it was revoking the legal status of more than 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who came to the U.S. legally under a parole status. The Biden-era program, known as CHNV, allowed the immigrants to live in the U.S. through sponsorships by U.S. citizens and permanent residents.
In the next 30 days, the work permits and deportation protections will be lapsed and terminated by the Department of Homeland Security, which is warning that if these people do not voluntarily depart the country, John, they will be found, arrested, and deported from the country.
It comes as Friday, federal judge James Boasberg rebuked the Trump administration for ignoring his order to turn planes around mid-flight, carrying Venezuelan migrants to a high-security detention facility in El Salvador. Boasberg asked the Justice Department attorney, "Did you not understand?" and accused the administration of disrespecting the court, ignoring orders, and missing his deadlines. The president has firmly stood by his decision and blasted the judge.
They're bad people. We don't want them in our country. We can't let a judge say that he wants them. He didn't run for president. He didn't get much more than 80 million votes. And we just can't let that happen.
The administration claims all the men who were deported are gang members, despite some having no criminal history and given no due process. The deportees are being held in one of the most notorious prisons in the world.
A program that allowed about 240,000 Ukrainian immigrants to come to the U.S. legally under a similar parole is also being eyed by the Trump administration. The president said earlier this month that he would decide soon whether to end that program. Another federal agency is planning to slash almost half its staff. The Small Business Administration says it will reduce more than 40% of its workforce. The agency said the cuts would save more than $400 million a year. Former Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler heads the agency. In a video posted on X, Loeffler said it's time to, quote, right-size the agency. And President Trump says the SBA will be responsible for handling student loan programs. It comes just one day after Trump announced his plans to eliminate the Education Department.